It's been a crazy day with the stock market, between the Dow being down this morning and then all of a sudden it's up 300 points on the day, 500 points, something crazy today. And everything is just kind of up and down. You know, we got a lot of the EVs that are down, but everything else is doing fairly well in the stock market. We're going to talk about all the favorite stocks we've been watching lately, and we're going to give our price predictions on those. And we're going to give just a little bit new update on NIO. Nothing absolutely crazy, but just a little piece of news to, pass along to you guys. But yeah, so let's go ahead and hop into it. Well, first things first, you guys might be asking, Mike, why are you wearing this big Gamer Boy headset? Well, first thing, after that last video we just recorded and put up this afternoon, my headset quit working, my earbuds. I don't know why, but all of a sudden they just quit working. Have no clue why. Can't figure it out. Restarted everything. It just doesn't work. So you guys are going to have to suck it up and deal with it for one video, okay? Deal with it. But we got all the links down in the description for Webull. We got one down there for the merchandise. We got one down there for the Patreon if you guys are interested in any of that. But without further ado, man, let's get some razzle dazzle and hop into it. So let's talk about NIO first. Let's talk about the little bit of news. So the little thing of news coming out with NIO is that they're hiring some students in 2022, fresh out of college. You got fresh expansion. People coming in and, hiring for research and development, hiring for autonomous driving, hiring for, all the positions. So about 300 positions is what they're looking to fill.
Yeah, I think hiring for the autonomy is going to be huge, just to further that along and, expand on what they got and just make it better. Especially because the ET7 is already, capable of autonomous driving. Pretty much they just need the software behind it, really. All the hardware is there.
Right, exactly. So with that little piece of good news of information out of the way, let's go ahead and show you guys the stock, talk about the stock, where we think it's going, and we're going to give you guys the year-end price prediction because we get a lot of questions asking our year-end price prediction on whether or not we've changed, and we actually have, so we're going to talk about that. So looking at the stock itself, so it started off really bad this morning, pulling all the way back to $45. So there's a couple of people in last night's stream that were asking for $45. That was your chance. So that was your chance to get
Hopefully
to 45.
You bought it up.
Exactly. That's what you wanted. So we drove it all the way back up to almost $47 on the day. So we're down about 0.5%. We were positive and then it pulled back. So we'll see if we can get the last 2 hours of the market to get us to go back positive. Tesla's sitting positive. Wish is positive. But CCIV and AMC are both negative. But we'll talk about those here in a minute. So with NIO, our weekly price prediction for NIO is hopefully around, we'd like to see $48 by the end of the week.
And holding above 48.
Yeah. It'd
Actually
be nice
hold above it.
Yeah, it'd be nice to get there. Our year-end price prediction has changed because the chip shortage has been easing up. The recoveries seem to be going a little bit quicker than we were expecting. From all the news that we were reading, it seems that a bunch of people were thinking NIO wasn't, the deliveries were still going to be hurting through the second, third quarter of the year. But it seems like things are kind of changing. June is going to be a fantastic number for NIO. It's supposed to be their highest yet. We'll find out if that comes true on July 1st when they release their numbers. And so my year-end prediction for NIO, I'm sitting in between $70 and $75 by the end of the year. And that's, I feel like that me kind of being a little conservative, maybe a little bit reaching.
Yeah, because, as we said before we were recording, I was going to say 80, but it could probably hit 80, but I would rather stay a little conservative, like you said, and not just put out crazy numbers, just to try to hype it. But I think... I think 70, 75 and actually holding above that. Because, touching it and actually holding above it is two completely different things. I can see it hitting and staying above probably mid 70s at least. Right.
And my reasons for that are the expansion into Europe towards the end of the year. Which I know these numbers have nothing to do with it, but the ET7 50,000 prediction for next year is really huge. That's just I think that's just gonna be another factor to help drive this up and give people a reason to buy the stock.
The whole reason why I moved my price prediction up is because, like you said earlier, the market and just the chip shortage in general turned around faster than what we thought. We thought it was going to be end of summer, and I don't even know. It's whatever this time of year would be called, middle summer or something.
Right.
But it's definitely not end of summer. So, that gave us an extra 2 months of growth that I didn't that we didn't really expect. So
Right.
yeah,
Exactly. And if we look back at the chart, we've shown this multiple times here before. If we look back, we've had multiple support and resistance. We've been in this we were in this $35 to $40 range for the longest time, like decades. This thing was going on for decades. And then now we've had this bullish run from 30 all the way up to almost $50 in the last, coming month or so, the month and a half. And, that's up almost like 40 or 45%. It's going up, running up crazy. So I think if we can break past 50, we're going to be off to new highs. We might have a new resistance at 55 and then go up from 55 to 60 and just keep working our way up. But I think it's good to see that we're finally out of this crappy pullback. I don't know what you really want to call it. But I think if we can get above 50, we're off to new highs. So we'll just wait and see, wait to see what happens. We can look at the stock chart as well, and we can see that. So what concerns me with NIO right now is that we're relatively high on the RSI. So there's a lot of people buying it up, which obviously drove the stock up, which is the reason the relative strength index is so high. So usually when you see it hit this 70, you see it pull back a little bit. So we'll see if it pulls back maybe a little bit towards 50 and then kind of just bounce off 50 and go right back up to that 70. A bunch of people buying it back in, so. Yeah. But
hopefully that's what happens.
I hope so. So let's talk about AMC. AMC was another hot one. A lot of people were watching this. We were getting questions about this last night. Our weekend price prediction for it was anywhere between 60 and 65 is where we think this thing was going to sit. We'll see what happens now. Kramer came out this morning and was bashing AMC and GameStop. So I think that's the reason why there's probably a pullback. Just because he's a part of the problem, and we all know this. And, it's just a matter of holding tight. And we were talking about dark pools the other night about a lot, like 40, what was it, 60% of the trades?
Yeah, like almost 65%.
Right, which isn't you like the public doesn't really see that unless you can get like a tracker that tracks the dark pool trades. Yeah. But like 60% of it's not even being noticed by the market, and that's why the price is kind of just chilling where it's at. So we'll see what happens here. We've been stuck in this. It's usually been in the 50 to 55 range for quite some time. But hopefully it pulls up towards the 60, because I think once we surpass 60 and hold above it, I think that's when we're really going to start to see this thing kind of keep creeping up. But it's slowly getting there, man. We can look at the trend line and we can see that it's slowly working its way in this direction. We'll see if it holds true to that trend.
Yeah, we'll see today if it holds above the last low dip we had, the last dip last week. So yeah, we need to keep doing higher lows, for this thing to keep trending up. So
exactly.
Hopefully it doesn't dip any harder than it did today for the rest of the day.
Right. And then CCIV is continuing its pullback from its ultimate run up in the last week or two from the whole Wall Street bets. So that's pulling back, going back into that range of the $20 to $25 range. So this is kind of where NIO was at for quite some time, but we'll see what happens. At least not range wise, but like this is the same pattern NIO was in. We're just trending in the same support and resistance for quite some time. So we'll see what happens. I think CCIV is going to take a little bit. We're going to have to start seeing deliveries in order for it to take off, before we actually see this thing start to recover. But yeah, with Tesla, we'll cop into Tesla real quick too, kind of rapid fire these real quick. So Tesla still facing its pullback. That is way too far out. Tesla's still in its pullback. Considering we were at the really high up, almost 900, I believe it was. Yeah, 900 back in January. So
and it really hasn't started coming back up at all compared to NIO. It hasn't really recovered at all from its correction yet.
Right.
So
I think the reason Tesla's still kind of doing Tesla things is because of what's going on over there. Is I feel like the news just hates Tesla, which is never a good thing. For sure. They kind of shot themselves in the foot by canceling the Plaid Plus model. That was supposed to be like their best ranged model. Shot that in the foot. Elon Musk is kind of back and forth on Bitcoin, whether or not they're going to buy it or whether they're going to accept it as payment. So it's like that's kind of going back and forth.
Canceling the base Model Y for the second time now. Raising prices by a good amount. The Plaid Plus, or not Plaid Plus, the Plaid, Model S Plaid, we raised about like $10,000, which is just nuts. But yeah.
Right. Exactly, and I think this is a reason why a lot of these the Tesla at least is kind of hanging out around the 600 mark. So the big mover on the day is Wish, though. Wish up here blasting off. I think a lot of Wall Street bets still holding on to this one, but this one has a good. I think this one has a good price target. I think it's around like $30 for the high end, and like 20 or so for the median. I'd have to look at tip ranks for sure. But slowly up 18%, almost 18% on the day, 17%. Looking real good. I need this one to go on. So
it's nice to see after all the red days I had after it ran up a little bit.
Right. Exactly. So I'm hoping she continues, and we'll keep going from there. But that's going to wrap up this quick update. We wanted to bring you guys all these rapid fire, stocks that we like to watch and we talk about. We're actually invested in all of these, so we don't really talk about it a whole lot because a lot of our community is into NIO. So we thought we'd bring these to you guys and kind of just give you our opinions on them. So if you guys like these kind of updates, these little rapid fires, let us know down in the comment section. We'd like to change things up and try new things. So whatever floats your guys' boats, let us know because we like it. But we got the links in the description for Webull, where you guys open an account, you guys get a free not $100 stock. Easy. If you open an account, you guys just opening the account will get you guys a stock valued up to $200. And then if you guys deposit $100, you guys get 2 free stocks valued up to $2,000. So who doesn't like free money there? But we also got links in the description for the merchandise. You can get a cool t-shirt, cool sweatshirt, whatever floats your boat there. And we also got a link in the description for the Patreon that gets you access to the Discord with the fantastic community. So if you guys are interested in any of that, it's all down below. But again, thank you guys so much for all your support. We'll see you in the next video.